Hello, and welcome to round 89 of the Flocking Geese My Team career mode. And for the last time, with the Flocking Geese in F123, we're at Interlagos for the Brazil sprint race and the Brazil Grand Prix. Now, interestingly, it looks as if we're going to have some more regulation changes, but none of the departments have come up with an exclamation mark, so we don't know which department's going to be affected yet. But yeah, we have our final rival for the season, Esteban Ocon. But yeah, we qualified. Needless do I say. Now Pierre Gasly qualified P2. Yeah. Lawson P7, just behind Callan Williams. Apart from that, though, it's just the usual. So, 12 lap sprint, 36 lap Grand Prix. Let's get on with it.
So it is all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Goose lines up on pole position, with Pierre Gasly alongside. Considering the rest of the grid we have Russell, Ocon, Liam Lawson, Williams, Perez, Oscar Piastri, Verstappen, Norris, Albon, Sainz, Leclerc, Stroll, Tsunoda, Hauger, Teo Porcher, Bottas, Joe, Sargent, Magnussen, and Nick de Vries rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We will soon find out.
Alright people, let's get the final sprint race of the Season 4 underway, and you're not seeing things as the Goose takes off. That's an Alpine in second place, trying to hold off as they go 2-3 wide. Through the first corner, the Goose recreate the centre S by cutting the corner there. Pierre Gasly managed to get himself in P2 qualifying, but he's no longer in second place, as I think it's Callan Williams that's taken over Pierre Gasly. It is Williams, followed by Pierre Gasly, followed by the two Mercedes. Then it's Lawson and the two McLarens. It's Sainz, Perez, your top 10. Stroll, Verstappen in P12. Alger, Albon, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Porcher, Joe, Sargent, Magnussen, De Vries, and Valtteri Bottas complete the formation lap. Well, not the formation lap, but the opening lap. There we go. I can't get my words right. God help us in the next game. Coming up to just passing the Zhongqiao now, and up the hill towards the finish line, the start-finish line, and we're already a second in front of Callan Williams. The Aston Martin showing its dominance for once, and their main weapon, Callan Williams. Lap 6, and we are 2 seconds in. Well, almost 2. Well, just about 2 seconds now. Still in front of. We're slowing because the safety car's out. Wow! Oh, Verstappen, he's at the bottom of the grid. Has he spun? Oh dear, ladies and gentlemen, we're on board with the Whining Dutchman himself, Verstappen, as he tries to overtake Lance Stroll down the inside. He spun, and the two have collided. What is he doing? He's just standing there, and Stroll's got everyone's just passing through him. You could just see the safety car leaving the pit lane, coming up to the end of lap 8 through the junction corner. And yeah, safety car coming in at the end of this lap in the sprint race. Gasly's dropped down to 4th. Not very good for Gasly, but anyway, the Goose is setting pace and he's gone. He's gone. With Williams in hot pursuit. And the start of lap 9, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I did just wake up and I don't even know how to improvise. But anyway, nothing happened after that, as you would expect. So, well, it's another victory for the Goose. The final sprint race. That's 5 of the 5 sprint races this season. All of them won by a flocking Goose. So let's get on with the race.
Goose increases their championship lead. Well, that wraps up sprint. All that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Yeah, that was a bit of a sprint race, wasn't it? We had another safety car, just like last season, in Season 3. But Callan Williams, the Martin, as we shall refer to him as now, the Martin versus the Goose. Who would have thought it? But that's insane. He had an incredible start and finished 2nd. Gasly missed out, so he P4. Well, that's pretty good. If he can win the Italian Grand Prix in AlphaTauri, then I'm sure he can perform wonders in an Alpine. Yeah, come on, Liam. At least he's got points, which is good. It doesn't really matter because, you know, Constructors' Championship, but yeah. Effectively, the Goose and Lawson could just do whatever we want now. That was the very last sprint race of Season 4. And on F123 with the Flocking Geese as a team. So let's get on with the Grand Prix itself, shall we?
Formula One returns to Interlagos once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his 3rd championship here in 2012, and in 2016, Max Verstappen treated us all to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. We're racing then at Interlagos, a historic 2.7-mile circuit and one of the few anti-clockwise tracks on the calendar. 15 corners in total, 9 to the left and 6 to the right, with a technical middle section opening up to a flat-out Sector 3 that gives us our best passing opportunity down into Turn 1. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Goose lines up on pole position, and Callan Williams completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ocon, Gasly, Russell, Liam Lawson, Oscar Piastri, Norris, Sainz, Perez, Albon, Leclerc, Stroll, Hauger, Joe, Verstappen, Sargent, Teo Porcher, De Vries, Tsunoda, Magnussen, and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today.
And for the last time in Interlagos, the Grand Prix will be underway, and you're not seeing things. Callan Williams is in 2nd place as a result of the sprint race. So it's a bit of an interesting one, but he's dropped because Esteban Ocon takes 2nd place, just ahead of Callan Williams. But the Goose is gone. Everyone fighting back there in the. So it's the Goose followed by Ocon, followed by Williams, Russell, Piastri, Liam Lawson to P6, Gasly P7, Norris, Perez, Sainz in P10, and it's Leclerc, Albon, Stroll, Verstappen, Hauger, Sargent, the 2 Hasses, and then it's De Vries, Tsunoda, and Bottas. So yeah, obviously there's no we're not expecting any rain, but ideally, well, we should have a good race. Wow, it's gonna be boring like every other race because you know, in the lead. Hopefully Liam Lawson manages to get himself a good position, because he's in P6, but if we can get a podium, then that would help him in his fight in the driver's standings. Coming up to the end of the opening lap, and now we're on lap 2, and almost a second in front of Esteban Ocon. Coming up to lap 8 now, and speaking of Esteban Ocon, he's going to make some moves here. Tries to go around the outside. Goose goes wide. Oh, there's contact. It goes around the inside. Tries the old switcheroo, but has been forced back by the Goose. Hand gestures being made as well there. Lap 11 now. Coming up to lap 12, and we have a DNF as we're 5 seconds in front of Ocon. It's Lando Norris in the McLaren. First retirement of the race. Oh dear. Not the first time we've seen Lando Norris retire here. Funny enough, at the same corner as well. But never mind. It happens. Lap 13, and we have another retirement coming on. Or what's it? Oh, it's George Russell. Oh, Mercedes. Oh dear, there goes his DRS wing on the full standby. The engine's gone. Oh, I tell you, Liam Lawson, Piastri, but oh yeah, what are you cooking there, mate? At the barn, mate. Never mind, eh? And that is the end of George Russell, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of lap 13, we're going into the pit lane to change onto the medium set. And unlike in Austin, we actually entered the pit lane in a safe and secure fashion. You see the other drivers there passing through onto the center S's. Onto the mediums. There's a good stop there from the people of from the West Midlands. West Midlands they are. And for people that think that the Brummie accent is the worst accent in the UK, fuck you. We don't have the worst accent. The worst accent is London, because they're so ahead of themselves. And Oxford. Oxford, Jesus. You can't even understand them. Anyway. Lap 15 now, and coming up to the back of Hollywood Lance Stroll is in lap 11, P11, not lap 11. Coming up behind with DRS, and we've overtaken him. We might get Albon as well for the centre of the first corner, and that's 2 in 1 corner. Jesus, that was a lunge. That takes up to position 7 because people are pitting. Lap 16. And we're coming up to the end of Verstappen, just overtaking him just before Joe corner. Of all corners to overtake. And now coming up to the back of Carlos Sainz. What's he going to do here? Is he going to go? He's going into the pit lane. So he's going to go to the pits. That makes our life a bit easier. Lap 17 we're on now, and just dive bomb Perez into the first corner. And cutting the corner. That's something for the FIA to look at, but we did get a warning. Now it's Esteban Ocon in the sides. We have DRS, and this car is just unbelievable. This is a car that we wanted in season 1 and 2. Well, mostly season 1, but no. Callum Williams going into the pit lane now. And solidifying the Goose's lead in the race as we go on to lap 18. Albon makes his way up to 2nd place, but that's because he's not pitted yet, so he will drop eventually. Lap 26, and Callum Williams is back in 2nd place with Liam Lawson 3rd place, both teammates of this season. Our first teammate, Callum Williams, and our current teammate Liam Lawson in the podium alongside the Goose. This is amazing. We just overtaken Valtteri Bottas there. And now we are approaching, obviously we are blue flagging people now, so we've just blue flagged Teo Porcher. To the back of Yuki Tsunoda now, the other AlphaTauri, the actual AlphaTauri driver himself, and then now coming up to the back of Zhou Guanyu, which we just passed. And now Kevin Magnussen on lap 28. That's a quarter of the grid overtaken. Lap 30 now. And Lawson's still having trouble with Williams, but Carlos Sainz has made up some good positions, and we've just overtaken Logan Sargent. And I think it's turn 12. Speaking of turn 12, it's deja vu in lap 32 because we've just overtaken the other Williams of Dennis Hauger. He's done a good run for his debut season, but nothing else happened after that. So coming up to the up the hill in this excellent camera angle. It's 18 in a row. Yes, 18 wins in a row for this man, this animal, this flocking goose. Takes the victory here at the Sao Paulo Interlagos Brazilian Grand Prix. Ahead of Portugal. And look who's on the podium as well.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today. Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top three finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Goose increases their championship lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to give it to Goose.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The owner-drivers team moved to the top of the table. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who's joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Oh my god. Yeah, we won with the fastest lap, but Jesus Christ. From P6 to 3rd place, well done to Liam. He's done good after his DNF in Mexico. He's on the podium. It's a 1-3 finish for the flocking geese. That's excellent, with Callan Williams in 2nd place. Hats off to Callan. I know he's not our teammate anymore, but fucking hell, give him some slack. I hope you've enjoyed this, the final flocking geese race here in Brazil. I nearly said Austria there for some reason, but hopefully F124 or F125 even, we will see the flocking geese back. But until then, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Make sure you check out my other channel, Tico Sprinter. And we shall see you in round 90. 90 will take place at the Algarve International Circuit in Portugal. Until then,